Welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KVHC, County Ag and Turf, Houlton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson and Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
Adam Houlton came out and took control early, but Bapst, once they got control, it was over. Bapst, the lead really, once it went up to 10, it never got back down. I think it got to 7 maybe when Houlton went into that half-court trap, but that was it. Great job by Coach Woodside, made an adjustment against that half-court pressure, and they handled it, and it was over from there.
In the first half, it was kind of Bapst beating up Houlton on the boards. It wasn't as much that case in the second half, but what John Bapst did was create some matchup problems. With their size, they could go to Sidney Ellis in the high post or Smith and just created some mismatches, as you talked about. You pointed out very astutely, Rob, that they found the mismatches that they wanted. They worked the ball around until they found the matchup, and they exploited it.
Yep.
That's something you don't figure out one day. They obviously work at doing that, because for kids, and some of these kids that are out there playing are freshmen and sophomores, so you're talking 14, 15, 16-year-olds. You gotta really teach that patience. And Coach Woodside he's a pretty good coach.
Yeah, he is absolutely a really good coach. Wicked nice guy too. You'll never find a nicer guy. Always smiling and happy, and he'd do anything to help people out. Just a classy, good individual. And yeah, they found some mismatches and very patient. You didn't see them taking many bad shots, I didn't think. They had a little turnover flurry, as both teams did late in the second quarter, but beyond that, they played a pretty darn solid game.
Why don't you go ahead and wrap up the scoring from game number 1? We'll begin to look at game number 2.
Sure, Houlton was led by Tegan Ewan. She had 15. Drew Warman with 13. Drew did a really good job towards the end of the game. Mia Henderson, 4 points. Abby Worthley, real solid game for Abby. She had 8 points. Emma Swallow had 2 points. John Bapst, they were led by Lacey Scanlon. She had 16 big points, 4 threes for Lacey. Emily Mock had 5. Sydney Ellis had 12 points. My book's a little different today. It's kind of messier than normal. For people that know me, know I can't write very well, but I own that. Jamie Satterfield with 5 points. Savannah Libby. Jamie Satterfield, by the way, too, had a nice floor game. Great hustle, did a lot of nice things. Savannah Libby with 3 points. Kate Harriman with 2 points. Jada Smith, another girl. I thought she really did a lot of things to contribute to the win. 6 points, but a lot of hustle plays, a lot of times where she kept the rebound alive, and that's a huge win for Bapst. That's a nice point win, and coming off a tough loss to Herman, really turned things around, and here we are.
They don't have very long to wait before they've got to play again. As right now, they're scheduled to play tomorrow at Houlton University at 2 o'clock against Ellsworth. We'll wait to see whether that game actually takes place, as there is some nasty weather scheduled to be coming in later on tonight. That's why this game was moved up, so they could go ahead and get their buses home in time before that weather comes in. For Houlton, they're going to be off until after the new year, but then they'll turn right around and play on the 2nd. That's going to be Thursday at 7 p.m., and you and I will be right here to call those games, and that should be a pretty good game against what's right now an undefeated Stearns team.
Yeah, a very athletic, in-your-face, pressure, can score the ball. Very, very, very good Stearns team. I looked at the basketball rankings today that they do. They rate all the teams, and the Stearns girls were up there through all classes. They were up in the top 5 teams. I don't recall exactly what number they were, but they were high up. So Houlton's going to have their hands full. Certainly, if you win that game, that's a truckload of points.
Sure will be, no question about it. Well, there's 7.5 minutes remaining here in the J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show as we get ready to transition over to game number 2. We will take a short break, a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll preview game number 2. Don't go too far. Back in a minute on WHOU.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Be good for Nana, okay?
I love you. That's not me.
A moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. countyfcu.org.
Welcome back to the J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show here on WHOU. We're getting ready to start game number 2. It's going to be the Houlton and John Bapst boys. And as we preview this game, Rob, Houlton coming in here, the number 3 ranked team. They've played 7 games. Their record is 4-3. They're coming off a big win over Old Town, the game that you had on Saturday, a 53-43 victory for the Shires, a game in which they honored Keegan Gentle for having scored his 1,000th point, which he did the game before down in Ellsworth. But that was a big victory nonetheless for the Houlton team. And when you look at John Bapst and Coach Ed Jones' club, Rob, these two teams kind of going in, well, maybe different directions. Houlton's number 3, Bapst is number 15. They're still looking for their first win of the season. And we got to see them up in Caribou last week. And there's some athleticism on this team, but they just quite haven't put it all together yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely some athleticism. Got some kids that can run and jump, and that Caribou team's a juggernaut. They're going to do that to a lot of teams, what they did to the Bapst boys. Houlton maybe not quite so much firepower, but Houlton certainly can get after it on defense. They're going to get in your face, and we saw up there when Caribou got up in Bapst players' face, they turned it over a lot. So it'll be interesting today to see how that goes. Bapst, still looking to find a way to put everything together.
We've talked about when we were doing the girls broadcast right now, John Bapst is scheduled to be, playing again tomorrow, a 3:30 game scheduled right now against Ellsworth at Houlton. We'll see if that game takes place with the bad weather. But, Rob, as a former coach, you listen to this stretch that Bapst is in the midst of. So we had the game up in Caribou. They then played in their last game against Herman. That was a 69-34 loss. They're playing Houlton today, and they're scheduled to play Ellsworth tomorrow. So, questionably, you can throw WA into the mix. I would say Winslow, who we don't get to see very often, they're not a Big East team, but they certainly appear to be the best team in the KVAC.
Right.
That is a murderer's row type schedule. When you play Caribou, Herman, Houlton, Ellsworth, if you're John Bapst, you're still looking for that first win, but you can look at their schedule and say, well, I kind of get why.
Yeah, there's not many weak sisters in Class B basketball for sure. Our Shires, I think they've adjusted well, the Shire boys, but I got to think, and I've said it to Coach Brewer, I feel like if they were in Class C, they'd be the heavy favorite. In B, they're certainly in the mix, but they're not the heavy favorite. And there's just not many easy games in Class B basketball. There's quite a substantial difference.
Yeah, that doesn't even mention Presque Isle or an MDI,
right,
or those types of teams. It's so deep.
I think there are years, and I've said this, and I always will believe this, that the best teams in C or maybe even D can compete with the best teams in B, and maybe some years even beat them. But top to bottom, there's a big difference in the level of basketball from B to C or B to D most years.
No doubt about it. As we look at this John Bapst team, they're going to play 8 to 10 kids. Rhett McDonald, for the most part of the season, has been their top player. Didn't have a great game when we saw them up in Caribou, but he's a pretty decent shooter for their team. Sam Ellis, we'll see him get in. He's a pretty versatile player. The big body in on the interior is going to be Corey Butler, just a sophomore, but he had a nice game up in Caribou, Rob. He's a good interior presence, is Corey Butler. And then, as we look out there, you can say one of the most athletic kids. I guess, I'd probably say Keegan Gentle. You talked about, he's really a three-sport athlete, a star in each of the three sports. He's probably the most athletic kid out there, but Cayman Zephyr can challenge him. He gets way up above the rim, but he's another kid. You talked about the John Bapst team not being able to put it all together. Cayman Zephyr is still trying to figure some things out, but looks like all the pieces are there.
Oh, yeah. He's a kid that if he gets a breakaway, you're going to see him throw it down quite easily. We were watching him up in Caribou. He was throwing it down easily at halftime and halftime warm-ups. Not going to throw it down out here in these warm-ups because you get a technical foul, but very athletic kid. And the soccer basin kid, I thought, Jaden Soccer Basin up in Caribou did a nice job too. Scored a lot of buckets inside the paint.
And we'll see Max Chadwick play some, Quinn Mitchell as well. Again, they'll go pretty deep, John Bapst. And meanwhile, on the other side for Houlton, again, Keegan Gentle, he's averaging 24 points a game to lead the entire Big East. Caleb Solomon coming in at 11 points a game. Jaron Gentle, a good outside shooter. Got a guarding beyond the arc, which kind of opens things up as Houlton looks to drive and get it those high percentage shots in near the hoop. Cam Callanan, a pretty good interior defender, maybe an underrated defender, pretty scrappy player. Hunter Sennett really coming along strong here as of late. So Houlton's really kind of moving in the right direction. We're going to go ahead and squeeze in one more break. This will be a short one, just a 30-second break. When we bring it back, we'll wrap up the Jay McLaughlin Construction pregame show. We'll have the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union. Don't go too far. Back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock Pellets, and Crumples and Mealworm for your poultry, Entrust Pet Food for your cat or dog, Minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
We want to welcome you back here on WHOU. Ready to take it down to the floor where Sydney Peabody will have the player introductions and starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union.
The Crusaders are coached by Ed Jones and assisted by Steve Kimball, Malik Cohn, and Jason O'Reilly. The Shire Towners are coached by Tim Brewer and assisted by Travis Gentle. Now let's introduce the starters for the visiting Crusaders. Number 10, Rhett McDonald. Number 14, Cameron Zephyr. Number 20, Sam Ellis. Number 22, Quinn Mitchell. And number 34, Devlin Crowley. And now the starters for the Houlton Shire Towners. Number 24, Caleb Solomon. Number 21, Pam Callanan. Number 32, Drew Foley. Number 30, Jaron Gentle. And number 11, Keegan Gentle.
And that'll do it as this is game number 2. We had the national anthem prior to game number 1, so we're about ready to get this game underway as John Bapst will come out wearing the traveling purple uniforms with the white trim. Houlton wearing the home whites with the black trim. The officials for this contest will be Ms. Julie Goupel, Mr. David Day, and Mr. Mark Turner, veteran crew out there today. Your scoreboard all game long will be brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts. And once again, the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union are going to be Rhett McDonald, Caden Zephyr, Sam Ellis, Quinn Mitchell, and Devin Crowley for the Crusaders. For Houlton, it's going to be Keegan Gentle, Cam Callanan, Caleb Solomon, Jaron Gentle, and Drew Foley. Ms. Goupel will have the toss. Standing in the center circle is going to be Quinn Mitchell and Keegan Gentle. The fans, as they always do, an alumni gymnasium on their feet until Houlton scores their first points of the game. And they're going to do the toss over again. The ball is going to be up and controlled by the Shiretowners as it was Keegan Gentle coming away with the basketball.
Bapst coming out man-to-man.
Here's Calnan, guarded by Crowley. Goes Jaron Gentle. Back to Calnan, right side beyond the arc. Uses up his dribble now. Foley. We see Solomon directing traffic. Keegan Gentle thought about the three. Get into the lane. Dump pass off. Calnan just couldn't get it to go. The ball's going to be fought for. It's loose along the baseline. Picked up and controlled by Bapst. That was Quinn Mitchell.
Great look for Houlton. Good pass by Keegan. Got to finish those layups.
Drive. Sam Ellis takes it, lays it up and in on the right side.
Yeah, he showed ability up to Caribou where he can go to the rim pretty well, Sam Ellis. Pretty athletic.
Keegan Gentle goes right side. Foley's going to have the take he wants. He's going to lose it, but, well, no, they're going to say he was whistled for steps.
Yeah, a little shuffle there. He didn't really have a good handle on the ball as he was going up. Here comes some full court pressure by Houlton.
2-0 lead for the Crusaders, just underway in this contest. If you're just joining us, game number one, it was the John Bapst girls picking up a 51-42 victory. Here's Rhett McDonald, uses a crossover, gets into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Mitchell tried to come away with it, but he's going to lose it out of bounds. The officials are going to look at each other and they want to discuss things.
Yeah, they had it right the first time. I don't think they should switch this call. We'll see.
One official came in and they're going to change it. Yeah. Much to the chagrin of the fans here in the gym. I'm with you, Rob. I don't like to second guess the officials, but that one seemed like a pretty clear-cut call, to be honest.
Absolutely.
So a break here for the Crusaders. Sam Ellis will look to inbound the ball. Here's Zephyr. Dribbles left-handed. Kicks it out. Ellis now up top. McDonald guarded by Jaron Gentle, one of the better on-ball defenders you'll see in Class B.
Absolutely. Jaron had a great game the other day against Old Town. Really solid.
The switch out top. Jaron Gentle now on McDonald. Now to Ellis. With Gentle in his chest, and you're going to say a player control foul.
Yeah, pretty good defense there by Gentle. Maybe some shoulder, I don't know.
So Sam Ellis is going to be called for his first foul, the first foul of the game. 6:23 remaining here in the first quarter. Houlton still looking for the first hoop. It's 2-0 John Bapst. Caldan, dump pass inside. Solomon had good position. Zephyr had to come in from behind to commit the foul. Otherwise, it was going to be an easy 2 points for Caleb Solomon.
You see Zephyr's hops there, though. He went up and blocked that. Maybe a little bit of body. You let a guy get it that deep, though, and I don't care how, unless you're 7 feet, then you can live with it. But you let a guy get that deep of a post touch, it's probably going to result in a foul.
Caleb Solomon knocks down the first free throw. That'll give an opportunity here for the Houlton faithful to retake their seats in the bleachers. Solomon receives the ball, takes a deep breath, dips. Second free throw, touched about every part of the rim, but would not fall, so it's going to remain a 2-1 lead for John Bapst. Here is Zephyr. Gets in the lane, lost the ball on the way up, and the official on the baseline is going to be looking for help.
He's going to stay with Bapst. That time, Zephyr kind of lost the handle of him as he was going up.
Yeah, he kind of went up, but I think without a plan. 6:04 remaining here in the first quarter. Zephyr receives it, guarded by Solomon. Try to kick it out, and it's going to be a turnover as Crowley wasn't ready for the ball. So the Shiretowners will get it back, looking for their first field goal. Here's Keegan Gentle, gets the ball over midcourt, being guarded by Ellis. Gentle with a pull-up shot, no good. Rebound brought away by Zephyr. Finds McDonald. Quickly gets into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound fought for and won by Solomon. Gentle, no-look pass, goes left side. Solomon, back to Gentle.
Action is fast and furious right now, Tim.
And physical. And Solomon's going to lose the ball out of bounds.
Houlton's a little bit sloppy. And maybe get into some kind of better half-court set.
Jaron Gentle will put on a one-man press on McDonald. Bapst has that, going to go right side. Zephyr. being guarded by Callahan as they got the switch they wanted. Uses his speed, gets around a corner, and elevates over the top of Callahan. 4-1, John Bapst.
Yeah, that's a nice little pull-up by Cayman Zephyr there.
Good use of the screen, too, to get the matchup they wanted. Jaron Gentle uses up his dribble, finds Callahan. Tries to go in underneath, finds Solomon, back out. Callahan, stripped by Ellis. Ball's on the floor, it's going to be one away by Crowley. Good hustle play by Sam Ellis.
Yep, absolutely. Didn't even, got on the floor, didn't even get tied up, was able to make the pass to his teammate, so great hustle.
Here's Ellis. And the ball's going to be lost. Keegan Gentle has it. He's got Drew Foley. No-look pass as Foley gets into the lane, and a reaching foul is going to be committed. It's going to be Rhett McDonald picking up his first.
It's going to be non-shooting, though. Good pass by Keegan Gentle.
3.5 minutes have gone by. Houlton still has not scored a field goal. It's 4-1, John Bapst. Checking into the game here for Bapst will be number 24, Luke Norman. Ball comes in. Jaron Gentle finds Solomon into Foley, and Foley's going to be fouled from behind. As coming in on the weak side, it's going to be Quinn Mitchell.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul every time when you do that. Do a chop over the back of somebody from behind. Always going to be a foul.
Gentle gets the ball in. Solomon going to try one from downtown. Leaves it short. Foley right there, though, with the board. Foley, put back shot. No good. Solomon keeps it alive, though. Finds Callahan.
A couple offensive rebounds for Houlton.
Callahan finds Foley in the post. And it's going to be tipped away. Houlton will have it out along their own baseline. 4:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Hunter Sennett's going to come into the game. Foley will catch a breather.
Yeah, Hunter's in there to make some shots, and he's done a good job of that lately.
Inbound play comes right into Solomon. Had the shot he wanted. Just couldn't get it to go. He left it short. Again, Houlton has not scored a field goal yet. It's 4-1. John Bapst the lead and the basketball.
Great look there. Just couldn't knock it down.
Here's McDonald with it. McDonald goes between his legs. Works it around now. Mitchell. Up top, Ellis. Guarded by Keegan Gentle. Off-balance shot. Ellis puts it up. No good. Rebound taken away. Here's Sennett. No-look pass. Jaron Gentle got his man in the air. Just can't finish it.
Good contest, though, by Zephyr. Great pass by Hunter Sennett.
End-to-end action as Rhett McDonald is going to kind of have the chair pulled out underneath him. He might have blown a tire, so to speak, as he was on the side of his sneaker. He was looking to be bailed out with the foul call, but that wasn't going to happen.
Got to slow down. You're better off going 90 miles an hour and being under control than 100 miles an hour and not being under control.
Keegan Gentle finds Jaron Gentle. Off-balance shot put up, but a blocking foul is going to occur, and I believe, it is going to be a shooting foul for Jaron Gentle. 3:25 remaining in the first quarter. There's been tons of action, just not much scoring.
No, it's been a kind of disheveled game for sure, especially from the Shires. Had a hard time getting in any kind of rhythm.
Connor Young will check in here after the first free throw, as Jaron Gentle will make the first of two. Quinn Mitchell had picked up his second foul. Bapst has committed 5 team fouls. Houlton still hasn't committed a foul to begin this contest.
I noticed, I don't think Jaden Sakabasin's here today either, and he had a really good game up in Caribou last week.
Jaron Gentle makes a pair. It's the only scoring Houlton's had. It's 4-3, and Coach Ed Jones calls a timeout. He wants to talk things over. 3:21 remaining in the first quarter. It's 4-3, John Bapst. We'll be back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman & Sons, 764-3833 or CushmanandSonsInc.com. And don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
Welcome back to Alumni Gymnasium. Tim Tweedy, Rob Moran, Laurie Susi here today bringing you game number 2 of 2. It's John Bapst Houlton. John Bapst currently has a 4-3 lead in the basketball. Sam Ellis being guarded closely by Hunter Sennett. going to be a turnover. Keegan Gentle takes it, lays it up and in. Good job by Zephyr trying to get back. Couldn't prevent the shot, though, and Houlton has a first lead, 5-4.
Houlton's gone into some full court pressure here.
Seems like they've cranked up the defense coming out of that timeout as McDonald lets a long three go, and then he commits a reach-in foul. He's a little incredulous, but...
Oh, it's a foul. You reach around a guy. If it looks like a foul, it's a foul, even if it's not a foul. That's what I tell people. And that looked like a foul. You can't do it. Especially if you got one foul. That's 2 on him.
And it doesn't help when it comes after a missed shot, so it looks like frustration.
Oh, and that was a long shot. He's right in front of the Houlton bench. That was probably 22, 23 feet at least.
Luke Norman and Max Chadwick have checked into the game here for the Crusaders as Jaron Gentle is going to dial up a three, no good. Rebound is going to be brought down by Max Chadwick.
Houlton's back into that half-court trap.
Zephyr works it over. Norman. Steal by Gentle. Gentle's got a breakaway, takes it, lays it up and in. Coach Ed Jones again wants to have a timeout. He's going to use his second 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. 2:24 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be right back on WHOU. Score is 7-4. Houlton with a three-point advantage. 2:24 remaining here in the first quarter. The Shires are going to again change up defenses, look to apply some pressure. Sam Ellis, John Bapst finds Zephyr, dump pass in as it's going to be Connor Young put up the baseline shot. It's no good, but a whistle. Yeah, a foul is going to occur. It's going to be against the Shire Towners. It's going to be after the shot. They're going to say it's going to be, I believe, on Hunter Sennett. His first, just Houlton's first. 2:15 remaining here in the first quarter. John Bapst has committed 6 team fouls, Rob. And
yeah, there are a lot of bad ones too, really. A lot of reaches, and here goes Keegan Gentle.
Another steal for him. He's going to take it. He's going to be fouled. Luke Norman reached right across the arm. Otherwise, it was going to be an easy 2 for Gentle.
And I think if Norman hadn't been there, he might have thought about throwing that one down.
Can do it quite easily.
Yep, he can. I don't know what that's like, except on a Nerf hoop. I was like Dr. J on the Nerf hoop, Tim.
I bet you were. Gentle's first free throw is up and good. And now it's time for the injury report brought to you by County Physical Therapy. Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living your life, County Physical Therapy can help. Visit one of their 5 convenient locations or online at countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. As Gentle makes 1 of 2, but Foley right there stays with it. Can't get it to go. Gentle again with the offensive board. He has it, gets into the lane, off-balance shot, no good. Keegan Gentle again up and off the floor quicker than anybody else, but can't get that take to go either.
How quick was he up off the floor, though, on that miss?
Goodness.
Unbelievable.
No, it really is. It's 8-4 Houlton. 3-point attempt. It's going to be up, no good. Young couldn't get the shot to go. Long carom all the way out near midcourt as Chadwick has it. Ellis is going to stop, but he's going to take a step.
Little shuffle.
Minute 41 remaining here in the first quarter. It has been action-packed, but the scoring has been at a premium. It's 8-4 Houlton.
Yeah, Houlton hasn't been able to have one of their little signature flurries. Sometimes they go on an 8 or 10-point run really quick. Hasn't happened so far.
Keegan Gentle lines one up from downtown, rattles it home.
Too much space there. He'll knock that down a lot of the time.
11-4 Shires. Ellis starts the offense on the right side, handoff. Goes to Chadwick, now Zephyr. Zephyr with the 3, Solomon in his grill, no good. Rebound taken away by Caldan. Jaron Gentle looks to push, finds Solomon. They've got Keegan Gentle, he's wide open. He's going to take another 3. That one he left short. Rebound taken away by Zephyr.
On line there, just like you said, he left it a little short.
Ellis to Zephyr in the corner. Under a minute remains here in the first quarter. Way out top with it. It's going to be Luke Norman starting his drive. Able to keep it alive as Chadwick's ball nearly went out of bounds.
Houlton playing good D. Bapst having any trouble getting in anything good, really.
Ellis kicks it in the corner, finds Chadwick. Bapst being very patient on this offensive possession. They've killed about 40 seconds as Ellis gets in on the right block, lays it up and in over the outstretched hand of Caleb Solomon. 11-6 Houlton. It looks like Keegan Gentle is going to hold for the final shot of the first quarter.
A good play by Sam Ellis there, Tim. That was a tough catch and finish down on the baseline.
Down to 5 seconds. Gentle guarded by Ellis. Lines one up from downtown, lets it fly, in and out, and that is the way the first quarter is going to end. It's the Shiretowners 11, 6 for the Crusaders. Take a 1 minute break and be right back here for second quarter action on WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat, or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Don't get flush traded. Get Rick Hannigan Plumbing and Heating to handle all your pipes. Master Plumber Rick is ready to get your pipes back in action. Give Rick a call today at 538-7131 and like him on Facebook.
Scoville Building Supplies may be a little store, but it's a whole lot more. You can find most anything you need at Scoville Building Supplies: plumbing, painting, lumber, windows, or doors. Everything you will need for your construction, remodeling, updating, or building. Call Scoville Building Supplies today at 425-3192.
Back live and ready for second quarter action here on WHOU. It's Houlton with an 11-6 lead over John Bapst. Crusaders are going to have the basketball here to start the quarter. Crowd's still filling in as a lot of folks just finishing up their work day.
Good defense there by Hunter Sennett.
Norman finds Chadwick along the baseline. Good athletic take. A foul is going to occur on the floor. It's going to be Jaron Gentle called for the blocking foul.
I think he's going to get 2 shots out of it, though. That was a nice take.
Quick first step. So that's just the first foul against Jaron Gentle. It's 2 team fouls for Houlton. John Bapst, 7 personal fouls, or team fouls, I should say, in the first quarter. As free throw is up and good. Max Chadwick gets a friendly roll. Makes it 11-7. Second free throw is up, and that is good as well. With that made free throw, we've got another substitute coming in. That's going to be Devlin Crowley back into the game. Connor Young will take a seat.
Bapst hanging around. Going to stay man-to-man.
Here's Foley. Going to be stolen away. Chadwick races the other way, can't get it to go. Callahan did a good job contesting, and then a reaching foul is going to be committed. That's going to be Max Chadwick. They'll walk the other direction as Cam Callahan will go to the line for a 1-on-1. 7:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Rob, this could be a long quarter with free throws.
Yeah, absolutely. Tends to happen sometimes when teams are a little bit out of control. A lot of fouling happens. Chadwick with a great steal there. You had to finish the layup. Then, like you said before, you miss a shot and then you kind of get a frustration play.
Isaiah Gentle came into the game for Houlton as Callahan able to bury the first free throw. Puts the lead back up to 4 points. Another free throw coming his way. Callahan dips, puts it up. Left that one short, but Keegan Gentle right there to grab the offensive rebound. Houlton will have another crack at it. Keegan gets by his man, lays it up and in. He blew right by Luke Norman, makes it 14-8 Houlton.
That's his pet move there, the little inside-out dribble. He is tough at turning the corner after that.
And a 5-second closely guarded violation against the Crusaders. Give the ball back to the Shires.
Good D by Cam Callahan in there.
We're going to see checking back in with 2 fouls from the first quarter. It's going to be Rhett McDonald, a senior guard. 7:08 remaining here in first half action. Solomon on the right side rips through, and a blocking foul is going to occur. Solomon will go to the free throw line.
Yep, it's going to be a parade to the free throw line here in the second quarter.
This game is really yet to develop any type of rhythm, Rob.
Yep.
Lots of whistles.
Been choppy.
Between turnovers and fouls.
Caleb Solomon has already been to the line once today. He is 1 for 2 so far.
The foul will go against Devin Crowley, his first, but that's 9 now against the Crusaders. Solomon misses a free throw. It's going to be tracked down by John Bapst. Corey Butler. Butler, dump pass, finds Zephyr in the lane, lays it up and in. Good head fake by Zephyr, got its defender by. It's a 4-point game.
And McDonald did a nice job there. He split 3 or 4 defenders. And
Solomon left that three-pointer short.
Yep, Houlton had a break there. Tipped off Bapst, uncontested rebound.
Yeah, it was one of those unexpected short caroms, and it just went off a fingertip. So 6:41 remaining here in the first half. It's still a 4-point game, 14-10 Houlton. And Foley is going to be called for the offensive fouls. He tried to establish position. They're going to say he pushed off.
I think he extended his arm a little, but I think the Bapst player kind of sold the call too.
That'll be the first foul against Foley.
Comes some more half-court pressure by Houlton.
McDonald gets the ball over mid-court. Low pass to Chadwick. Chadwick still has it. Ball's going to be tipped and into the stands. Bapst will keep possession. Coach Jones continues to shuffle players in and out. As checking back into the game will be Luke Norman. Chadwick will get a breather. Ellis will look to inbound. Finds McDonald. Guarded by Jaron Gentle. Miscommunication. Houlton's going to get the ball back.
Yep, that one to nobody in particular. He's throwing it down on the baseline. I'm not sure who he was looking at, but they weren't looking at him, and the ball sailed into the bleachers.
Keegan Gentle has it. 6:15 now remaining here in the first half. Ball's going to be kicked, and Houlton will keep possession.
I'll tell you, Bapst got some good athletes out there. The Houlton's, they haven't, we've said it, but Houlton hasn't dominated by any means on offense. Even they haven't gotten great looks. That's breakdown there, though. Drew Foley steps in and catches it and lays it in.
Yeah, Foley found himself open. It's going to be 16-10 now, Houlton, with 6 minutes remaining. Another kick. So the ball will be out underneath, I believe, for John Bapst, right along the baseline. Ellis will look to inbounds. In it comes. Here's Norman. McDonald lines one up from deep. Can't get it to go. A whistle. We'll see. It's going to remain with John Bapst, so the foul's on the Shiretowners.
It's going to be on Keegan Gentle.
Heard the whistle at first. There was a little contact after the shot. McDonald tried to sell it on the three. He wondered whether that was going to be the call, but instead it's in the rebounding action. So John Bapst will get the ball out as Ellis will look to inbound along the baseline. He gets the ball from Miss Goupel. 5:55 remaining here in the first half. It's 16-10, Houlton with the lead. Neither team looking very stellar here. First 10 minutes. Zephyr catches the ball, lays it up and in. Good alley-oop play.
Yep. Yeah, he's got some hops for sure. Nice pass there by Sam Ellis.
16-12 is the score.
And they switched into a 2-3, Bapst has. Houlton almost turned it over. Save, nice play by Hunter Sennett to save it.
Callahan, his jumper is going to be well off the mark. Going to go back the other way. Rob, we've seen Houlton go through funks like this, particularly in the game at home against Central Aroostook when the Panthers took a 10-point lead into the second half. The thing is, Houlton can turn it on when they want to, but so far in this first 11 minutes or so, not really what Coach Brewer was expecting, I've got to believe.
Not at all. If it wasn't for some of Bapst's, errant passes and a couple missed layups, Houlton might be losing. They're not playing great right now, that's for sure.
Jaron Gentle just committed a blocking foul.
It's going to be 5 on the Shires, so 2 more, and Bapst is going to be in the one-on-one.
The ball comes in to McDonald, looks to drive, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound taken away by Foley. One thing we can tell, though, Rob, is Coach Brewer, while not happy, isn't too worried yet because he hasn't stood up yet. Once he stands up, there's a reverse layup by Keegan Gentle, uses a rim to free himself up.
That's
Makes it 18-12.
12 points for Keegan Gentle out of Houlton's 18.
Three-pointer is going to be up well off the mark as that was long by Crowley. Houlton's going to look to push and go in the other direction. Gentle to Sennett. Back to Jaron Gentle. Jaron puts off the glass and in.
Good move by Jaron Gentle. Good pass by Hunter Sennett, too.
20-12. 4:30 now remaining here in the first half as Ellis breaks the timeline, finds McDonald. Back to Ellis. Lines one up from downtown. No good. Zephyr goes up for it. Nobody come up with it quite yet. Good hustle play by Foley. He finally comes away with it for Houlton. Jaron Gentle back the other way. Lines one up. No good. And Keegan Gentle's going to go over the back. Good box out by Rhett McDonald.
Yeah, you don't love that foul if you're a Houlton fan. Yeah, that's at least 2 on Keegan.
That's 16 fouls now against Houlton. The second personal for Gentle. Caleb Solomon will come into the game. Gentle's going to go sit. 4:09 remaining here in the first half. Can't imagine he's done just yet, though. He's a smart enough player. He usually doesn't end up in any foul trouble.
I would say he won't be on the bench for a whole long. It all depends on the game, too. You know, if Bapst goes on a run, he'll be back in a lot quicker.
Midway through the second quarter, shot's going to be put up. Zephyr off balance, no good. Rebound taken away by the senior Calnan. Here's Jaron Gentle. Now Hunter Sennett. Jaron feeds Solomon. Houlton moved the ball well. They find Foley. Left block, lays it up and in.
Nice pass by Caleb Solomon there.
It's 22-12. McDonald swings it around. It's going to be Crowley. Now to Zephyr. Zephyr, some fancy dribbling. Out. McDonald lines up a 3. No good. Just a bit strong. Foley with the board.
Yeah, good look. He couldn't knock it down.
Jaron Gentle kicks it out. Hunter Sennett lines one up. Little contact. Going to say it was blocked. Foley has it, and ball's going to be tied up. Houlton's going to have the arrow. 3:02 remaining here in the first half. Isaiah Gentle checks in. Hunter Sennett will go to the bench. And checking in here for John Bapst will be Connor Young. Devin Crowley will sit. And Jordan Kimball going to check in here.
You know, if you remember Jordan, he did pretty well at the end of the game up in Caribou, Jordan Kimball. He's one of the younger players.
Jaron Gentle lets one fly from deep, no good. Zephyr with the board. He's going to look to push. Dumps it to Kimball, no good. Rebound taken away by Isaiah Gentle. Isaiah lines up a 3, no good. Board cleared by Luke Norman. I'm sorry, that was by Quinn Mitchell. And the ball's like a hot potato right now, Rob.
It is. A lot of spin on that thing.
2:37 remaining here, and what's been, not afraid to say, a pretty ugly first half. It's 22-12.
I guess that's what I would call it, too. No flow at all for either team.
A lot of missed shots, a lot of turnovers, decent amount of fouls. Low pass. Solomon couldn't catch it. It was at his ankles. And a backcourt violation as the youngster, Kimball, he just wasn't aware of where he was on the floor. There's a couple sets of lines out there, but it's very clear in the differential in the colors. Just lost his awareness. So Houlton will get the ball back. Still a 10-point game. Isaiah Gentle. Pass is going to be tipped. Here's Zephyr fighting with Sennett, and Zephyr, believes, is going to be called for the foul. He will, as he used his offhand to fight off Sennett. That's a good call by the official.
Yeah, showed his athleticism, though. He really came from a lot further away for that ball than the Houlton player.
2:08 now remaining here in the half. I think both coaches would probably like to just get the half over with and get into the locker room and regroup. Sennett. Free throw line is Callahan, puts up a running shot, no good. Jaron Gentle comes away with it. Hines Callahan, and a blocking foul. It's going to be Connor Young picking up the foul. That'll send Callahan to the line for 2 free throws.
Yep, double bonus here the rest of the way. Houlton's had medium success. Cam Callahan 1 for 2 on the game from the foul line.
Callahan takes a couple dribbles, dips, puts it up, gets a free throw to fall, makes it 23-12. Houlton with the lead. Minute 52 remaining here in the first half. Second free throw is up. That shot is going to be no good. It's going to be fought for, and it's going to be last touched by Quinn Mitchell. So Houlton will get the ball back. Good hustle by Caleb Solomon to keep that play alive.
And that's about the 4th time that Houlton has got rebounds on missed free throws, and that'll drive a coach crazy.
Brad McDonald for near steal. Ball's fought for. The ball's loose. Nobody quite able to gain possession. Now they do. It's going to be Jaron Gentle with it for Houlton. There's a pass over Isaiah Gentle. Hunter Sennett lines up a 3, but shuffled his feet before getting the shot off.
Little hop, I guess, on that one.
And a whistles. There's the officials looking at the floor. Sees a spot on the floor, a little perspiration. It's been a first half of whistles, so.
Yeah, lots of whistles.
They may have to look to replace the ball at halftime. The ones that go inside the whistles.
Yes.
Did you bring a spare, Rob? You used to officiate.
I always, some people called it officiating. Others not so much. I always keep one on me.
As there's going to be a blocking foul right at midcourt. Jaron Gentle is going to pick up his 3rd personal.
I like to have one on me in case I have to give you a red card for anything.
Listen, was I nice to you when you officiated my games?
Not so much. I think you were chippy.
Is that true, or are you just saying that?
No, I'm just saying that. You were good.
I don't remember.
I always loved reffing and Houlton under the lights, and once I started coaching here, I couldn't do it anymore, but I always enjoyed it. Great place to officiate, and you were good to officiate with or for, and Mike Carlos was the boys' coach when I was here. He was always a good guy to officiate for, too. Didn't say a whole lot to the officials.
Minute 25 remaining here in the first half.
I always did want to card you, though. Just saying. Never gave me a reason.
Well, that day may come. McDonald takes it on the right side, lays it up. Circus shot, no good. Rebound taken away. Callahan.
Good take there.
Moody finds Callahan.
Oh, McDonald almost had the steal there.
Hunter Sennett's going to put up a shot off the mark. He's going to miss everything. He's going to just touch the baseline. Sam Ellis will come back in here for John Bapst. Devlin Crowley will also check in here for the Crusaders. It'll give Houlton a chance, though, with the whistle to load up the defense. There's under a minute remaining here in the first half. It's 23-12. Colin Moody with the steal. Sennett, all kinds of contact. Can't get the shot to go. But he'll go to the free throw line.
Tough break there. Nobody had one Bapst player on the right side of the court wide open. They tried to get it to Cayman Zephyr on the left side of the court. He was, absolutely covered. You just got to look around. There wasn't a defender within 20 feet of the other side of the court.
Sennett's first free throw is up and in. Now, Rob and I have had a lot of fun with the fact that he had to, I've been calling him Merriam-Webster off the air, but he had to teach me a word here a week or so ago. So since you're the wordsmith, what word would you use to describe this first half?
Ugly. I think you used it already, and I'll have to agree with you. I don't like generally agreeing with you, but it was ugly.
It's been very limited field goals, lots of turnovers, and now a whistle. Coach Ed Jones wants to talk things over. 55 seconds remain here. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Out here, builders choose Advantech products to provide a durable base that helps prevent bouncing and warping. So in here, you can enjoy the beauty of luxurious finished floors without worrying about pops, squeaks, or creaks. Because out here and in here, there's no better sound than the peace and quiet that comes from Advantech products. The flat-out best for a quiet, stiff floor.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Houlton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
We're back live from Alumni Gymnasium. Houlton with the steal. It's going to be Hunter Sennett with a circus shot. No good. Foley, though, with the offensive board. His putback is up and in. Makes it 27-12.
Great play there by Drew Foley. Love the aggressiveness. Went up and snatched that thing.
With it, it's going to be Chadwick. Ball's on the floor.
Colin Moody's checked into the game for Houlton.
Several players hit the deck. It's going to be last touch by the Shiretowners. They lead 27-12, under 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Zephyr with it, guarded by Solomon. And he's going to carry the ball. His hand got underneath the basketball.
Yep. Looking to go to the hoop. That's what he likes to do, but he kind of, a little hesitation dribble and got underneath it, like you said.
So about 20 seconds remain until we'll have the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show. Don't go too far. Rob will be speaking to a former Shiretowner, Mr. Peter Ellis.
Actually,
He's
former
dad
Katahdin
today.
Cougar.
Or Cougar, that's right. I'm sorry. You're correct.
He
lived in the Shiretown.
Yeah, that's
former
true.
Cougar
That's true.
player.
Yeah.
His kids were former Shires at one point, but they've been down in the Bangor area now for a number of years, and we'll catch up with Peter. After about another 10 seconds go off the clock here, provided there are no more whistles, as the shot's going to be put up, no good. Norman couldn't get it to go. Isaiah Gentle has it. Solomon's going to try for a last-second heave. I believe he got it off, but it's going to be off the mark. That's going to end the first half. Score at halftime, 27 for Houlton, 12 for John Bapst. Once again, don't go too far. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show. And again, Rob will be speaking to Peter Ellis. We'll be back in 2 minutes on WHOU.
Katahdin Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on main care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
Madigan Healthcare Services provides a continuum of healthcare from skilled nursing facility, rehab therapy, to home health care.
After 5 days in the hospital, they suggested that I come to the Madigan. The level of care, the service, the respect that they showed me, even the aftercare, everything about it was really excellent, and I feel healthy. So the services that I've received at the Madigan have enabled me to get back to those things that I really love to do.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
The County.me, your source for county-wide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Houlton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Houlton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
To Alumni Gymnasium, where we are at the half of a 27-12 Houlton Shiretowner lead over John Bapst. With me now is Mr. Peter Ellis. Thank you for being with us, sir.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
Appreciate having you. So you got to be pretty happy. Your daughter, I thought, played fantastic today against the Lady Shires, and a nice win for the John Bapst girls.
Yeah, I thought it was one of her better efforts in her career, actually. She always gets nervous coming back to Houlton, has a lot of friends up here, a lot of connections still here. So it was great to see her play like that and to come away with a win. We needed it.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. How long have you been gone from here, living in Bangor?
This has been five years now.
Yeah. You couldn't have stuck around and let her play here.
She really does like that. We always love Sean. Sean Graham's a great coach. He's a great program up here, and so we do miss that.
I think she came to one of my basketball camps. I think both her kids did, because I used to have a little summer camp when I was the Houlton coach, and I think I remember them coming, and I remember saying she's going to be a pretty good player. I remember when she was a little kid.
Well, I think you're the one that taught her the up and under move that she uses all the time.
Did I teach her that? Yeah, that's
and maybe that left too, because I was shocked. Always shocked me. I had no left.
He's probably the one that drove her out of town.
Listen, Tim Tweedy mouthing off in the background. So big win for Bapst. So how's everything else? I know you work in Patton every day.
Yeah, I'm in Patton in East Millinocket.
Yep.
We have the new school. Well, actually, it's been almost 5 years.
Yeah.
We expanded a year and a half ago,
Yep.
and everything's with East Millinocket.
Yeah.
And so it's going real well, thanks.
Not much fun being the boss, though. You probably don't. You like that, or is that okay? Going okay?
Well, I'm at the point now I don't think I could work for anybody else.
Yeah. So, that's good. Talk about the boys team. A lot of athletes out there.
A lot of athletes, not a lot of natural basketball talent. In fact, we've got a couple kids that only played for a couple years, really.
Right.
They try, they work hard. Bapst, I find, is a hard school to come with. They come from all different areas, all the different towns. Until they get to high school, they've never played together for the most part.
They're not used to playing with each other. And so for practices, where do they practice? Talk about that a little bit.
This year it's been kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
They've had problems with the cross center. Then Hamden didn't want us back out in the gyms out there, so it's a weekly struggle. We get a weekly schedule of when and where we practice and when and where our games are.
Now, I'm going to take you back a little bit here. Tim mentioned, he said Shiretowner, but I let him know that you were a Cougar.
Absolutely.
And in 1985, Cougars were a basketball factory back then. Back in the day, they were always good for a long, long time. Coach Faulkner, Phil was a coach, a friend of ours. Great coach. Yep. But they had a great basketball tradition for a long time, all the way back to I think Kevin Howes and Mike Bouchard back in. See, I know my basketball history a little bit.
You do.
Back in the late 70s, and so your senior year, you guys were lucky enough to win a gold ball.
You do, and I think you said it just right. I mean, we had a great team, some great teammates, but you have to be lucky too. I mean, it takes a lot to win a state championship, a lot of hard work, teammates, and a lot of luck too.
Yeah, and I think back then Class C was pretty tough because Hodgson was always good back then. That was when Matt Oliver played, and some of those Hodgson teams were very good. And what I remember about Class, because back then Katahdin was Class C, I remember back then Class C was loaded for a long time. George Stevens was in C, and just it was really the most competitive basketball back then. Callis was always very good, and
I always felt Class C was probably the toughest division. Maybe not most talented throughout the state, but definitely the most competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to go through Callis, and we were lucky. A lot of the teams were younger than we were. Bobby Campbell was just coming up through. I think he might have been a sophomore.
Yep.
Hurry Melanson was down to Woodland.
Yep.
So there was some fantastic teams. Skank had some good teams back
Absolutely.
then. They were Class B actually at the time, though.
Yep. Yeah, things have changed a lot in that regard. For sure.
We had some great battles up here, too. It was a lot of fun to play up in Houlton.
We don't want to talk about those. I don't think I came out on the right. And maybe a few times in men's league. We had some good battles.
I think you definitely came out on top in men's league more than not.
Maybe a few times. But I remember Billy McAvoy lighting us up for about 50 one time. Coach McAvoy could really play. I mean, you guys could all shoot the ball. It was crazy, but a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, all the McAvoy brothers could play basketball.
Yeah, absolutely, and played for a long, long time at a high level. Well, listen, we really appreciate you being with us, Pete. We know I think that win today is going to go a long ways towards getting the girls in the tournament. Love to see that, and hopefully you guys will do well the rest of the year. I think you play Houlton again. Do you play them?
Yeah, we play them again down.
Hopefully you don't do well that night.
I'd like to say where we play them, but I have no idea as of yet.
Up in the air.
But you guys have a good program too. Really athletic team. So it should be a fun season. I think it's wide open actually. You got a couple of top teams in Waterville and Herman, but I think you've got a lot of other teams battling at that point.
In the next tier. Yeah, I agree with you.
And
100%.
those teams are capable of beating the top two.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks a lot for being with us.
Hey,
and,
thanks for having me. It's always fun to be back in the county.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
We'll take a 1-minute break and bring it back on WHOU.
Get a jump on your future by exploring your possibilities at Northern Maine Community College. The team of faculty and staff at NMCC will position you for a lifetime of success. With over 35 degree and certificate programs, including our newest offerings in water treatment technology, you will be amazed at how quickly your new skills will open a world of opportunity. Visit us online today at nmcc.edu. Northern Maine Community College. Succeed here.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. We stand ready to serve all your new and used heavy equipment needs. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support and around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our certified technicians and parts specialists alongside our product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
Welcome back to the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show here on WHOU. Tim Tweedy, Rob Moran. It is 27-12 the score at the half. Houlton with a 15-point advantage over the John Bapst Crusaders. And not sure if that gave you enough time there, my friend. Did you get a chance to total up those scores?
I did. Not a lot of scoring, so it's pretty easy.
That's true.
Short and sweet. Let's start with Bapst. They were led by Cayman Zephyr. He had 6 points. Matt Chadwick with 2. Sam Ellis with 4. The Shires were led by Keegan Gentle. He had 12 points, 12 big points. Keegan sat a whole bunch of the second quarter, if you remember. Jaron Gentle with 4, Drew Foley with 6. Drew's had a solid game. Cam Callahan with 2, and Caleb Solomon with 1 for Houlton Stoll at 27.
And it's, a lot of times we come back like this right before the teams go and take the ball to start second half. Try to talk about, figure out maybe what adjustments are going to happen. But honestly, as kind of disheveled as that first half was, it's really hard to say because it's not like it was a chess match out there.
Well, if you're Bapst, you just got to slow down a little bit. Everything's at 900 miles an hour. A few more ball fakes and just slow down and take care of it and get some kind of shot instead of the other thing. They're throwing some really high difficulty passes. If you got to thread the needle and throw a perfect pass to get the ball somewhere, you don't throw it. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Houlton played that style themselves for much of the half, and as there is a turnover for John Bapst. Sam Ellis had his pocket picked by Caleb Solomon.
Houlton coming out, or Bapst coming out man-to-man.
Jaron Gentle finds Solomon, broke free, puts a shot up, couldn't get it to go. Zephyr, though, committed the foul.
Yeah, Zephyr got picked off up top around the foul line area, cut underneath it and tried to get there to block the shot, but ended up fouling.
That is the first foul of the second half. Third personal on Cayman Zephyr. So to the free throw line goes Caleb Solomon. Caleb's first free throw is going to be left short.
Caleb's kind of struggled today a little bit. One for 4 from the foul line. He hasn't scored a field goal yet. He's typically a kid that gets his 8 or 10 points a game.
Second free throw is going to be up, and he'll get the friendly roll. That'll make it 28-12. Houlton has a 16-point advantage just underway here in the second half. We'll apply a little pressure here. Ellis gets the ball over midcourt, guarded by Keegan Gentle. Finds McDonald, splits a couple defenders. Tough take, up and in by Rhett McDonald. Good looking shot.
Nice pass by Sam Ellis there. Good back cut by Rhett McDonald and a beautiful pass by Sam Ellis.
It's 28-14. And now a steal for McDonald. Jaron Gentle's going to have to let him go. Jaron's got 3 personal fouls. So McDonald, back-to-back hoops, gets it down to a dozen.
That's a great steal there. You see his athleticism.
Jaron Gentle's going to take it himself. Can't get the shot to go. Keegan Gentle tried for the putback. Doesn't go. Bapst is going to look to push. They've got an advantage. Keegan and Jaron Gentle were both on the floor. Things are evened up now as Cayman Zephyr travels in double dribbles. Kind of both.
Yep.
He knew what
to throw it to the wing, and the guy went to set a down screen, wasn't there anymore.
Just one of those miscommunications. Houlton will get the ball back. 6:41 remaining in the third quarter. A handoff from Foley. Keegan Gentle was tipped. And now near steal, but Solomon gets it back. Cam Callahan. He's going to have his pocket pick. Cayman Zephyr takes it and lays it up and in. Callahan tried to get back. He might have prevented a dunk, but.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about throwing that one down, but Callahan wasn't having it. But he ended up giving him the n1 instead.
So, a chance for John Bapst to get this back down into a single-digit game. It's 28-18 as Callahan will go to the bench. Just his first foul on Houlton of the second half. Luke
Bapst
Norman.
is already half the point total they had in the whole first half. A violation on a Bapst player. So they're not going to get the opportunity for the n1.
Kind of summarizes how things have gone here thus far.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot, right? You tend to see it more from a defensive standpoint. The defender violating.
6:15 now remaining in the third quarter. As Keegan Gentle rounds the corner. His shot's going to be off the mark. Rebound taken away by McDonald. He's going to look to push. McDonald takes it, and he's going to draw contact. Drew Foley's going to commit the foul. Rhett McDonald will be going to the free throw line.
Yeah, Drew laid the wood there. Made sure he wasn't getting in-1. Keegan Gentle a little upset. Probably some contact down at the other end.
Not to continue to harp on this, but even the crowd kind of sensing that this one's just kind of tough to get into, despite the fact it's a 10-point game, make it now a 9-point game. See lots of people kind of having side conversations and checking their phones. It's just been so start and stop, and interrupted basketball.
Yeah, awful sloppy.
McDonald makes a pair. It's 28-20. Houlton not coming out of the locker room very strong. Jaron Gentle needs help, finds Keegan Gentle. Here's Sennett, left side. Gonna look to take it, and a turnover, traveling violation.
Yeah, Houlton's struggling right now for sure. They came out at a 15-point lead, down to 8, so here comes some pressure. They've been able to score off their defense some, which is a good thing because they've really struggled in the half court.
McDonald draws a double team, feeds it over. Zephyr goes behind his back, and he's fortunate that it's going to be last touched by Jaron Gentle.
Yeah, that's not space there to go behind your back. They dodged a big bullet there.
Well, the other thing he didn't do is the pass was coming to him. He kind of batted it down instead of catching it.
Right.
Now you've used up that opportunity.
Yep, exactly.
With the line right there in midcourt and the sideline, there really wasn't anywhere to go. Zephyr, pull-up shot, no good. It's going to be last tip and touched out of bounds off Keegan Gentle. So Bapst will have another crack at it. 5:25 remaining here in the third quarter. It's an 8-point ball game.
Zephyr had a nice little pull-up there, just left it a little bit long.
Luke Norman works around McDonald. McDonald starts his dribble. Now the ball's going to be loose on the floor. It's going to be picked up by Solomon.
Good D there by Jaron Gentle.
Foley looks for the cutter instead, throws it to Sam Ellis, who's wearing purple, and then a traveling violation.
Yeah, this is some bad basketball right now. A bad pass and then a double dribble with nobody there.
Everybody looks like they're ready to call the year for 2019 and look forward to 2020. Bapst can't do that. They're scheduled to play tomorrow.
Exactly.
Keegan Gentle's inbound pass comes to Callahan, takes a big dribble in the middle of the crowd, and he was fortunate. He got bailed out. He brought the ball down.
But if you're Bapst, you got to take that away. I mean, when a team runs a stack, where's the ball probably going, right?
Right.
Every time.
On that same side block.
Yeah. I mean, you take that away and let them throw it to the corner and you recover. Or let them throw it way out front.
That free throw is well short.
Sometimes it's easier said than done if you got a guy that's like I happened in junior high. I've got a kid that's 6'4". We throw it up to him a lot. It works, but he's 6'4", and playing against kids that are, a little bit smaller. There's another violation on Bapst. That's the third one of the game.
That was the same young man that just drew the fouls, Quinn Mitchell. Coach Jones is telling his players, you got to watch the ball. It's been several violations, and that one's going to cost Bapst a point.
Cost them a point, and they're in the middle of a run. You just can't do that stuff.
Here's McDonald working against Cam Calnan, and it's going to be a foul called. I'm not sure who they're going to get this on. As both Colin Moody and Calnan were there. I guess it's going to be on Moody.
Situation there where, you know, he's kind of out of control. You don't want to foul. Just get your hands up and make him make a tough shot. Appears to be a good free throw shooter, too. 3 for 3.
That's a 13 foul on Houlton, just the first for Moody. Clock stopped at 4:58 remaining here in the third quarter. McDonald makes a pair. It's 29-22. 7-point game. Isaiah Gentle works it to Sennett. Now Keegan Gentle loses it.
Look for Keegan Gentle to start asserting himself in a second.
Somebody zigged and somebody else was zagging, and Houlton throws the ball out of bounds and into the bleachers.
Yeah, they're having an awful hard time running half-court offense for whatever reason.
Kick ball. Zephyr was trying to find McDonald.
It's almost at the point, though, if you're Keegan, where you got to say, look, I'm gonna take this game over. Down
for
to
some
7.
clear outs.
Yeah, or just, you know, being super aggressive, trying to get him some touches in good places.
McDonald, one-handed pass to Mitchell. He's in the lane, but the big fella took steps.
Yeah, Houlton dodged a bullet. That's a layup. Would have cut it to 5.
Jaron Gentle's going to come into the game. Colin Moody will catch a breather. 4:32 now remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Hunter Sennett. Works around Keegan Gentle. He's going to pull it. The shot's going to be short, and the rebound's going to be last off of Isaiah Gentle as the ball came straight down at him. So, John Bapst will get the ball again. It's a 7-point game. McDonald, guarded by Jaron Gentle. Swings it out. Norman lets it fly. Norman shot well off the mark. Rebound taken down by Keegan Gentle. Finds Isaiah Gentle in the corner. Hunter Sennett. Return pass to Isaiah Gentle, nearly stolen. Gentle might have gotten away with steps. Either way, it's going to be John Bapst basketball as Sam Ellis comes away with it.
Game's being played at a pace where John Bapst is okay with it. Up and down and kind of out of control.
McDonald's shot no good, and now a foul is going to occur. I believe that's going to be
It's going to be
Norman.
on Cayman Zephyr, I believe. And that might be his third or fourth. It's at least his,
That is his fourth. You're
Yeah.
correct. So that'll get Corey Butler into the game, as Zephyr will have to take a seat. 3:30 now remaining here in the third period. Keegan Gentle gets into the lane, elevates, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound's going to be cleared by Norman. Ellis looks to push for the Crusaders. Back to McDonald.
decent look that time by Keegan, just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Ellis, goes baseline, little contact, no good. Mitchell comes up with it somehow, and as Ellis comes up with the basketball, he went over the top of Hunter Sennett to get it. So
good battle by Hunter Sennett there, walking out.
How many points have been scored in this quarter?
It was 27-12, so it's Bapst is on a 10-2 run here in the quarter. Houlton's only got 2 points in the quarter.
With 3:05 remaining in the quarter. I think those are both free throws. Don't believe they've got a field goal. So Keegan Gentle is going to take it on the double pump. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
You can see in the Houlton kid's body language, Tim, there's some level of frustration out there for sure.
Corey Butler picks up the foul. That's going to be his fifth. I'm sorry, that's going to be his first, team's fifth. Keegan Gentle, his free throw off the mark.
One of those things for Houlton where when it rains, it pours, right? Nothing's going well.
Well, free throws have been something that have plagued this team all season long. I have not seen recently, but I know through the first 4 games, they were right around 50% on the season. And you might say 4 games is a small sample size, but that was around 80 free throws. Free throws, I believe, have been taken by that point, maybe more. Might have been even closer to 100. At one point, I know they were at exactly 50%. I think that was through 3 games, so 39 of 78. And a backcourt violation is nowhere for Ellis to go as he picked up the dribble.
Yeah, picked it up at the absolute worst possible spot.
And Coach Tim Brewer, seen enough. He wants to talk things over. There's 2:49 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 30-22 Houlton. We'll be back in 1 minute on WHOU.
Pioneer Fiber to the Home is now available in Houlton, Sherman, Stacyville, Calais, and Baileyville. Streaming live events in high definition like high school basketball is best viewed with the most stable and fastest connections. Pioneer Broadband delivers state-of-the-art fiber directly into your home to handle all of your most demanding internet needs. Don't get left behind with slower technology. Get the fiber you need. Pioneer Broadband.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Houlton.
Welcome back here on WHOU. It's a middle of the third period here. While 2:49 remaining, Houlton's going to have the basketball. They're up 8. Pretty fortunate to be up 8, Rob, the way that they've played. A lot of turnovers for both teams here, no doubt about it. Keegan Gentle has the ball. Feeds Solomon. Out of Foley. Jaron Gentle, guarded by McDonald. Uses up his dribble. It's Foley in along the baseline, and he loses it, and now a late whistle. And it's going to go against Bapst.
Yeah, it's going to send Drew Foley to the line for 2.
So Mitchell picks up his 4th personal. We'll see Connor Young get ready to check in as he's in front of the scorer's table. Foley had his free throw rattle out. .229 remaining here in the quarter. Foley's free throw up, and that one is good. Makes it 31-22. Houlton still looking for their first field goal of the quarter. And that ball is going to go into the stands as the John Bapst bench as Corey Butler turns it over. Luke Norman into the game here for Bapst. As we'll see Butler go to the bench. Keegan Gentle with it. Dribbles. Going to go up, and he's going to be called for steps.
Houlton going to get back into their press. Maybe a little slide of the foot on the up and under there.
McDonald. Strong take, going to be blocked by Foley, and the ball is going to be last touched by Connor Young. So Houlton will get the ball back.
Good block by Drew Foley. I thought McDonald was getting a layup there. That was a nice play by Drew.
2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Keegan Gentle. Jaron Gentle. Jaron picks up his dribble, kicks it back out. Keegan. Under 2 minutes remain in the quarter. Houlton yet to have a field goal. Keegan loses his defender, kicks it out. Jaron Gentle, his three-point attempt no good. And the ball is going to be gathered in by Devin Crowley.
Think about it, Houlton's hit maybe 1 or 2 perimeter shots the whole day. I think Keegan hit a 3, and that's about it, really. They haven't shot it well at all.
Ball's loose on the floor. Foley gets down, and he ties it up. It's going to be Houlton's basketball as they have the arrow.
Bapst happy to be where they're at, only down 9. And done a great job defensively on Houlton. Held the Shires to 5 points in the quarter.
Keegan Gentle.
Or 4 points, excuse me.
Finds Foley. Now Jaron Gentle. Takes a handoff, gets into the lane, puts a shot up.
Nice take there by Jaron Gentle. Big bucket for Houlton.
Yeah, minute 15 left in the quarter until Houlton was able to finally pick up that first field goal as Solomon's going to tip that ball into the John Bapst bench. It's a 33-22 score. Houlton with the 11-point lead. And just a minute 8 remaining here in the third quarter. This ball is near midcourt. It's going to be fought for and a tie-up. This time Bapst will get the ball back.
Yep, good pressure there by Houlton. Good trap. Again, not a place where you want to catch that pass. You're straddling right on the backcourt line.
McDonald again is going to be trapped, and this time it's stolen away. Jaron Gentle, Keegan Gentle, Solomon back to Keegan Gentle, and good strip by Rhett McDonald. Quick hands, going to knock the ball out of bounds. The officials look at each other. Now they're going to get together.
Yeah, they're going to talk about whether it went off the leg, and they're going to say it did.
So, John Bapst will get the ball. 52.5 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
Comes some pressure again for Houlton.
Here's Ellis. Draws a crowd of 3, and a reaching foul is going to be called against Keegan Gentle.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 on Keegan.
As we see Hunter Sennett check into the game. Keegan Gentle will go to the bench. For 3 quarters of play, it has not been that youngster's day.
He's done all right. Yeah, he's done all right, but been in foul trouble. And
I think it's been a frustrating day.
Yep,
This
absolutely.
ball's turned over. He's just kind of in a funk, out of sorts, as Foley has an open look on the left block. He can't get the layup to go.
Well, that's the one you got to make. There he did a nice defensive play, though.
McDonald with a lollipop. That pass is going to be picked off. Sennett, double clutch, takes it, draws contact. He gets it to go. That gets a cheer from the crowd, stopping the clock with 15.8 seconds left in the quarter. Sennett has bumped the lead up.
Yep, good take there by Hunter Sennett.
It's 35-22. Sennett can add to it as the foul's committed, or it's going to be indicated in on Luke Norman. That's 17 fouls on John Bapst, Rob. Sennett is able to complete the 3-point play.
That's big, gives Houlton a little momentum here going forward in the fourth quarter after a really lackluster first 6.5 minutes or so of the quarter.
McDonald again, trap. Ellis needs help himself. Steps through, and now it's going to be stolen away by Foley. And unable to get a shot off are the Shire Towners. That is the way that the third quarter will end. It's 36-22. We've got a quarter of action still left to go. Don't go too far. We'll be back in 1 minute on WHOU.
The S.W. Collins Company is the only Makita Pro Center in Maine, which means we have access to all the latest tools that Makita has to offer. Our factory-trained employees are ready to make sure that you have the right tool for any project. With over 180 tools, Makita has the largest cordless offering with a single battery platform in the industry. And don't forget, we are also a Makita authorized service dealer. For sales, service, and the largest selection of quality Makita tools, go where the builders go, the S.W. Collins Company.
It's never too early to start planning for your future, whether that means protecting your family with life insurance, college planning, or starting to save for retirement. I want to help you get started.
Regardless of your age, it's important to start planning for your financial future now. And as you inch closer to retirement, it's important for you to protect your assets, your retirement income, and your family.
Thompson Hamel has many tools available to help you chart your course on your financial roadmap. Thompson Hamel, LLC. Your family, your future.
Come back here on WHOU, getting ready for fourth quarter action. It's 36-22. Holt with a lead. And they're going to have the basketball. With it, Caleb Solomon drives baseline, and he can't get the shot to go. He did draw contact.
Like the take, though, by Caleb Solomon. Got to go up through that contact, though, and finish that. Get a layup. Get the in one.
So, Solomon at the free throw line.
He's 2 for 5 from the foul line today.
He's going to miss the first free throw. That was the third personal against Luke Norman. Massive substitutions here. Rob, I just got a text message from Gretchen Fitzpatrick. She did affirm what you already said, that you did win the Down Unders pool this year. She's got an idea. Maybe you should take me out for clam chowder or something afterward.
Oh, we could do that sometime. Not sure about tonight, but
now
absolutely.
Since now you've got all this extra money.
Well, I finished second in the Down Under. You're mistaken, but I did win 2 other pools. I don't want to talk about that because it'll probably never happen again.
In case the IRS is listening, it's 37-22.
We're not talking about that much money. Nice pass. Good job.
Keegan Gentle gets the shot to go along the right side.
Nice trail by Keegan Gentle. Beautiful pass by Jaron.
It's 39-22. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter as Rhett McDonald tries to split a pair of defenders, and Caleb Solomon's going to be called for the blocking foul.
Yeah, Houlton has been able to spread that back out. Houlton was up 15. Bapst cut it to 7. It's back up to 17. So even as much as they've struggled, and let's give Bapst some credit. Part of the reason they've struggled really is because Bapst is pretty athletic, and they've played the game more at their tempo.
I do want you to know, though, if you got arrested for tax evasion, I would come visit you in prison. That's the type of friend I am.
We're not talking about that much money.
Well, we haven't said yet how much it is. I don't know that.
I do know that I always enjoy beating you. That's fun.
Shot's going to be missed on the other end.
I almost had one of the all-time choke jobs in one of those pools, and I know that you and some of our other friends would have never let me live it down, so I'm happy I won. Nice move by Keegan Gentle there.
Strong take along the left side, puts it up off the glass and in. All of a sudden, it's a 19-point game. Bapst had it down to as many as 6 or 8, but turnovers have cost them. This shot's going to be put up, no good. Jordan Kimball couldn't get the shot to go from the left side. Stolen away, though. Here's McDonald. McDonald with a floater, gets it to go. Tough take by Rhett McDonald.
Yeah, it's a tough shot there, for sure.
It's 41-24, 6:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Solomon finds Callahan, looking for the backdoor cut. Tried to find Jaron Gentle, instead it's stolen away. Came in Zephyr. Tough take, no good. Couldn't get the floater.
Good contest. Good contest by Cam Callahan there, Tim. It was a difficult shot for sure.
Sennett able to handle the low pass. Finds Jaron Gentle, deep 2, bit off the mark. Ellis with the board. They've got a 3-on-2 if they look to push. Here's Ellis, goes middle. Nice pass, finds McDonald on the weak side, lays it up and in. 41-26.
Nice play by Sam Ellis.
5.5 minutes still remain. Still time. Good screen and roll play. Hunter Sennett, Cam Callahan.
Cam's first basket of the game. He had 3 points before that, but all from the free throw line.
He does most of his work in the unheralded type plays, that department, as Rhett McDonald misses the 3. Keegan Gentle comes down with the board, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Hunter Sennett.
Boy, you see Keegan Gentle's athleticism there. Three jumps in about 2 seconds. Didn't get it. I don't want to use that word. We've been talking about stick-to-itiveness, but there was a little bit of that there.
I appreciate you not using that word.
We'll probably be talking about that 5 years from now.
Listeners
will be a little bored by then.
While we're on the air, I don't want to call you cheap, so I'll call you thrifty.
Okay, thrifty.
The shot's going to be put up. McDonald left it a little bit short. Rebound taken away. Here's Solomon with it for the Shires.
I was going to take you to dinner with some of my winnings, too. Maybe not now. I don't know. I'm hurt.
Foley.
Nice move by Solomon there. Oh, couldn't quite finish.
Pull-up shot in the lane, no good. Rebound, though, by Foley, and they're going to say a foul occurred on the floor.
Like that rebound by Drew Foley, though. He just does business. He just gets to the block and gets a lot of weak side rebounds.
Yeah, I'm wrong. He is going to be shooting. By Foley's reaction, it looked like he was a little frustrated. I thought he got bad news, but
it's 1-1. That's why.
With 9 team fouls against Bapst, Drew Foley at the line. He's going to miss the free throw.
Houlton struggles from the foul line. Continue.
Here's a steal. Isaiah Gentle out in front of the pack. Takes it. Lays it up and in. Makes it 45-26. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. In the lane. Shot's going to be put up and blocked. Crowley had a shot rejected by Solomon. Here's Foley. Foley with a nice take. He's fouled by McDonald, lays it up and in on the left side. Drew Foley doing some work.
Nice run there by Drew Foley. A good catch and finish. Pushes that up to 21, so Houlton in real good shape at this point for sure.
For McDonald, that's his third personal. More importantly, that's 10 team fouls now against the Crusaders as Jaron Gentle and Hunter Sennett check back in. Solomon and Calnan go to the bench, so Houlton loses a lot of height in that exchange, but they've built up a 21-point lead here with just a little over 4 minutes remaining in the contest. Foley's free throw drops.
Houlton going to pulling the press back a little bit, but still at half court.
Near steal for Sennett, but McDonald comes up with it, and McDonald's going to be fouled as he goes to put up the floater. Foley comes over and commits the foul.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same thing I said to you a few minutes ago on that. Make him make the tough shot. Don't put him on. That's a tough shot. That's a runner from, 7 feet out. That's maybe he makes it, maybe he doesn't. Now you're putting him on the foul line where he's a great free throw shooter. See if I give him the kiss of death, but he's 4 for 4 so far today, and so much for that. It was like a given once I said he was a great free throw shooter, he wasn't going to make it. But.
Donald has another free throw coming his way, though. Free throws up. And
both good. For 2. Like I said, that was a good foul.
Yeah, we'll go back and check the tape. So it's 48-26. Keegan Gentle gets the and-one opportunity on the other end as he kind of muscles through that take. And
how strong is he going up through? 2 guys hit him. One guy hits him with the body. The other guy reaches. He goes right through the contact and is able to finish.
I enjoyed listening to your interview with Keegan at halftime. I got to tell you, and he said, and he should, basketball, I think, is probably the sport he's put the most time into. But if baseball was a sport that got as much publicity as basketball, I think people recognize just how good of a baseball player Keegan Gentle is. He can mash. I remember when he was in Little League, he used to average at least a homer a game.
Right.
We're talking the over-the-fence variety.
Yeah.
He's just got a pretty swing.
He's just
play a great center field. He can play a great shortstop.
Right. Just a ridiculous athlete. Great kid, too. I mean,
Top
he's very
notch.
unassuming. You never hear him talk trash or anything. That's a nice move there by Kamen Zephyr.
Yeah, great take in the lane. Frees himself up.
Gives him 10 points on the game.
It's 51-28 with 3:40 left to go here in the contest. I'm certainly not going to go and plan Keegan's life out for him, but he would make a great pediatrician. He's excellent with kids. He's very smart. We'll see what he decides to do. Steal. Shot's going to be up and in by Hunter Sennett.
Yep, just ripped it right away from the Bapst player. Hunter did and finished. Hunter just had a pretty good second half here. 8 points for him in the game.
Just like that, it's a 25-point game. As going down to the floor, the ball's going to be lost as Jordan Kimball had the chair pulled out from underneath him, and it's going to remain a John Bapst basketball as they've got the arrow. And now we see massive substitutions for both teams. We'll try to get in all the names as best we can. I know Isaiah Rice is coming in for the first time. I think everybody else for Bapst we've had an opportunity to mention on the broadcast. Nolan Hodgkin checking in here for Houlton, as is Cody Johnston.
Yep, two freshmen and a sophomore. Cody just a freshman and Nolan a sophomore, both promising players.
Rice with the take. He's going to lay it up, and he's going to be fouled.
They both get a ton of minutes on JV, and I've seen them play. They both do pretty well for the JV team.
It's going to be the first foul on Isaiah Gentle. That's 17 fouls now on the Shires. Got a score from Presque Isle. It's going to be the Orono boys defeating the Wildcats, 43-42. That's the first win of the season for the Red Riots. So they made the trip up and picked up a win. That's going to be a split as the Presque Isle girls got the win over Orono in the first contest. This, too, is going to be a split, as it was the John Bapst girls picking up the win in the first game, 51-42, and it's going to be Houlton here in this game. They got a 25-point lead, just 3 minutes left.
Big win for the Orono boys.
No question about it. Cody Johnston lines up a three, no good. Flying in for the board is going to be Corey Butler. Butler, guarded by Johnston, is going to have his pocket picked. Freshman's able to come up with it. Hunter Sennett goes to Isaiah Jenna. He'll line up a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken away by Max Chadwick.
Good look, though. In and out.
Butler tries a long two. No good. Rebound fought for. Taken away by Sennett. Feeds Nolan Hodgkins. Nolan takes it. Going to be blocked. Good defense by Corey Butler.
Yep, good block. Good run, though, by Nolan Hodgkins.
So, you'll see Colin Moody looked inbound. Finds Isaiah Gentle. Back Cody Johnston drains a three. Good looking stroke.
He didn't even think twice, just buried it.
56-28. Houlton has doubled up John Bapst. In the corner, left side, Rice. Ball's going to go out over the baseline. It's going to be John Bapst basketball. This is his last touch by Houlton. So, Rob, in all seriousness, do you stay up for midnight for New Year's Eve anymore?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like
on the year.
I can
How about
give
you?
or take.
Yes or no?
I do like to go ice fishing on New Year's Day, where it kind of opens things up. So as long as there's plenty of ice, which most years there is, I don't want to be too tired for that. I like to get out there. So, and honestly, I don't know any of those musical acts anymore. They don't have any of the people that we listen to. You and I got similar taste in music.
Bring back Bon Jovi and the Who.
Yeah, there you go. That's more what I'm talking about. They'll get people on there, and I don't know what the heck they're talking about or what.
The Who's pretty old, though. They're even a little before my time. Not Bon Jovi, though, Tweed. I'm a big Bon Jovi guy.
You're the biggest Bon Jovi fan.
Well, I don't know about that, but I like them.
You got a New Jersey tattoo up on your
oh, yeah.
right arm, don't you? So shot's going to be up and in by Isaiah Rice.
His first point of the game. Nice to get in the scoring column when you haven't played a lot. It always makes kids feel good. I like to see kids get a bucket.
Rice misses the second free throw. Moody with the board. Minute 49 remaining here. It's 56-29 Houlton, and a timeout is going to be taken by Coach Tim Brewer. So we'll take it as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Houlton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken, combination to vegetarian pizza or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
Welcome back on WHOU. Score 56-29. Houlton with a 27-point advantage. Minute 45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Some of the fans have started to make their way out. As Isaiah Gentle crosses it up, finds Cody Johnson. Tries a three, no good. Colin Moody races to save the ball, but he stepped along the baseline.
Not a bad shot there. You got to love the hustle by Colin Moody, though.
Colin's usually one of my New Year's fishing buddies.
Yep.
Colin likes to ice fish.
Colin's going to be a good player. Just a sophomore, right? A lot to like about him.
Heck of a golfer, and he too is a heck of a baseball player. That ball is going to be tipped and knocked out of bounds. John Bapst will keep possession. Minute 31 remaining now. It's going to be Isaiah Rice who receives the ball from the official, looking to inbounds. Moody with the steal. Colin takes it. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound taken away. It's Chadwick. Shot from along the baseline for three, going to be put up by Connor Young, but it's off the mark. He missed everything. And back to go the other way, and a turnover as Nolan Hodgkin just could not come up with it.
Good pass, though, by Cody Johnson. Cody would have been better off taking one more dribble there. You don't want your big handling it out too far away from the bucket if you can help it.
Connor Young finds Rice. Back to Chadwick. Shot's going to be put up, and it's no good, but it's going to be a foul called against the Shiretowners.
Yeah, that's a situation there. Don't want a foul.
Moody picks up his second personal. 9 fouls now against the Shiretowners here in the second half. Under a minute, though, remains in regulation. As the shot's going to be put up and off the mark. Probably don't need to say in regulation. I can say in the game. I don't think this is going to go to overtime.
No, I think we're safe. Unless there's a 27-point play that we don't know about.
Second free throw is up and good for Chadwick. Taking it 56-30. Here's Gage Bartlett. Dump pass down to Moody. Moody drew a crowd. He lost it. Back to go the other way. Around the back move, Butler. Finds his teammate Rice along the baseline. Couldn't get the shot to go. A steal, though. There's Kimball. Shot's going to be put up, no good. Another opportunity as Connor Young stays with it. Connor is going to draw a contact. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yep, chance for him to get his name in the box score here. Make a basket. A little different now than it used to be as far as getting your name in the box score, because they don't print them all in the Bangor Daily like they used to. They used to put everybody's name in and how many points everybody had. And now you're lucky if you're able to see any scores. I don't know if that's because people don't call them in anymore or what it is, but it certainly is different.
I've got to believe that's a big part of the reasoning. As Young makes the first of two. He's got a second free throw coming his way. He's going to make a pair. It's 56-32. 30 seconds now remain here in the game. It's Cody Johnston. Gets it over midcourt. Finds Isaiah Gentle. Don't go too far. At the conclusion of this game, Rob will make his way down courtside. He'll have a Pat's Pizza post-game guest. It's Gage Bartlett, I should say, lined one up from downtown. The shot off the mark. Under 10 seconds remain here. Off-balance shot going to be put up and in. Corey Butler. That's going to be the final hoop of the game. Our final score this afternoon. 56 for Houlton, 34 for John Bapst. Shiretowners will advance their record to 5-3. John Bapst still going to be looking for their first win of the season as they're 0-6, but they'll turn around as of right now and play tomorrow against Ellsworth. Again, don't go too far. We're going to start up the Pat's Pizza postgame show. Rob will have a guest momentarily. We'll give him about a minute to make his way courtside, and we'll be back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
From kitchen excellence to building damage, owning your own restaurant comes with a lot of liabilities.
Among drivers, vehicles, and business property, there's a lot of exposure.
If our equipment fails, we know United Insurance has us covered.
For us, finding the right words for marketing campaigns is simple. Finding the right insurance is not. That's why it's nice to know United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
The United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Welcome back here on WHOU. We are in the Pat's Pizza postgame show. The final score was 56-34. Houlton pulling out the victory. Rob's made his way courtside. He's got a victorious Shire in Drew Foley.
Thanks, Tim. Over here with Drew Foley. Drew, great job. Kind of a sloppy game. You guys had the big lead at halftime, but I'm sure Coach had some words of wisdom to you. What did he say at half?
He's like, we have to have that killer instinct come out second half and just put their foot to their throat and just keep pushing and try to get the win.
Now, game was up and down. two athletic teams going at it. Was that the strategy before the game? You wanted to press them and get them in an up and down game?
Yeah, we always want to try to press and cause havoc and just try to, because our defense struggles at times, so we just try to push it. And Jaren's a really good on-the-ball defender, so we try to just push up with him and just try to get a bunch of steals before they can get back, and with our man that we struggle with a little bit.
I always like your effort on the glass. Is that kind of your focus? You just go into the game and don't care about scoring really, just try to get a lot of rebounds?
Yeah, Coach wants us to, me and Cam, to put our butts into their knees and just try to get as many rebounds because we struggled at the beginning of the year. So that's been my main focus, just to get all the boards.
Well, great job today. We appreciate you being our Pat's Pizza post-game guest. Good luck in your next game.
Thank you.
Tim, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Give him an opportunity to make his way back up here. And once again, Houlton will advance their record to 5-3. John Bapst will drop to 0-6. And as of right now, they are scheduled to play tomorrow against Ellsworth. That game taking place at 3:30 at Houlton. And we will, of course, be watching to see if that game does, in fact, take place, as some poor weather is scheduled to be coming into the entire region. So we'll have to see what happens there. As for Houlton, they're going to be off until Saturday when they make their way down to Foxcroft Academy. They'll take on the Ponies. That game's going to be at 4:30 on Saturday the 4th. So that's a little break for the Shire Towners heading into the new year. A couple scores again that we can pass along real quickly, as it was the Presque Isle girls picking up a win over the Orono girls, and then in the boys' side, it was the Orono boys picking up their first win of the season as they were able to defeat the Wildcats, and perhaps a surprise victory. I'm not sure if you categorize it that way, Rob, but I'm a bit surprised, I got to say.
Yeah, Presque Isle's been playing pretty well, so that's a pretty nice win for Orono.
Well, and as we talked about, that's, it's kind of the same way as this Bapst team. No offense to anybody, Class B is tough. You got to bring your game every single night. It's, I think, perhaps, Peter Ellis said it right. There are some classes that maybe top to bottom, there's more talent, but as far as depth, B and C always seem to have a ton of depth.
Yep, for sure.
Why don't you go ahead and wrap up the scoring here?
Sure, let's start with John Bapst. They were led by Rhett McDonald. He had 14 points. Cayman Zephyr had 10. Corey Butler had 2. Connor Young had 2. Sam Ellis had 4. Isaiah Rice with 1. And Max Chadwick with 3 for their total of 34. Houlton was led by Keegan Gentle. He had 20 points. Drew Foley had 9. Hunter Sennett with 8. Good job off the bench for Hunter. Cody Johnson had 3 for 3 points. Isaiah Gentle with 2 for 2 points. Jaron Gentle had 6 points. Cam Callahan had 5. And Caleb Solomon had 3 for Houlton's total of 56.
Well, on behalf of the entire WHOU crew, we do want to wish you a very safe and restful, prosperous new year. You'll be ringing that in tomorrow night. That's going to wrap things up for you and I for the season. WHOU still has one more game to go, though. As of right now, we'll wait to see if it takes place tomorrow. It's Foxcroft at Old Town Boys. That game's scheduled to start at 2:30. It'd be somewhere around a 2:15 start time as far as the broadcast goes. So have to wait, watch the weather, check on WHOUFM.com, or you can check the Facebook page to see if that game is still going to take place. Other games we've got coming up after the new year, it's going to be Stearns at the Houlton Girls, a game that Rob and I will have. That's at 7 p.m. on Thursday the 2nd. Same evening, same time, Belfast at the same John Bapst Boys will be taking place. Then on Saturday the 4th, again, it's going to be WA at Caribou. That's a doubleheader, girls and boys. Those games start at 3 and 4 p.m. respectively. Hodgdon at the Fort Kent girls at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, and what should be a pretty good game in Class C girls, Dexter and PVHS. That game is going to tip off at 6:30 p.m. Again, coverage starts for each of those contests about 15 minutes before the game. And that's going to wrap it up for us for 2019. We want to, again, thank you on behalf of the entire crew for Greg Coster back at the station running the board and hanging in there and adjusting to these earlier start times and what we're scheduled. Lori Susi on the camera, Marco Almonte doing production. For my friend and color man, Rob Moran, I am Tim Tweedy. We want to, again, thank you for tuning into this broadcast. We want to wish you a very happy new year and much more action to come in on WHOU in 2020. Don't go too far. We'll be back on the air on Thursday. Good night, everyone.